Okay, there we go. All right. All right. Welcome to Live with the Game Fanatics. This is our weekly podcast where we discuss topics related to video games. Who the heck is typing?
Sorry.
I'm going to kill you. All right. Welcome to Live with the Game Fanatics. This is our weekly podcast where we discuss topics related to video games. This show's recorded live on twitch.tv/TheGameFanatics and mixer.com/TheGameFanatics every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Pacific time. If you miss us live, catch the episode on youtube.com/TheGameFanatics, usually Friday, although we did post like a ton of them this last weekend. I am your host, Joel, and you can find me on twitch.tv/LoadLastCheckpoint. Tonight, my guests are one of our TGF contributors and making his first appearance, Odell Harmon Jr. We're just going to call him Dell for the show. And you can find him on the TGF YouTube channel with his hands-on with Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. How's it going, Dell?
Hey.
All right.
Truly an eloquent man of many words.
And the Digi-Desperado of Piles of Shame, Tyler. And you can find him over at twitch.tv/Digi-Desperado26. How you doing?
He's talking, but we don't hear him.
Oh, sorry about that. How's it going, Joel? Sorry about that. I was putting my Nintendo down.
You're good, man. You're kind of cutting out a little bit, but we did catch some of that. And lastly, you can find her streaming on twitch.tv/AnnabethSnow. The lovely Steph, our League of Legends champ. How you doing?
I'm good. And it's Annabeth with an E at the end there, just to let you know.
I will be plugging the channels at the end of the stream. I'll be putting them in the chat so everyone can see them just in case. And, of course, you'll find them in the link section of our YouTube video when we post it.
Shameless plug!
Shameless plug for everybody.
Proud plug. Confident plug. Plug you can stand by. That's how you do it.
Okay, then.
You just gave me chills for some reason. I don't know why. But
you can stand by.
Because I am secretly a superhero, and this is how I address the public.
Well, as Kind of Funny would say, welcome to the Garbage Truck on Fire. This is our own Garbage Truck on Fire. Dell, it's your first show, so I think a good way to get to know you, especially for the viewers and the listeners, is to talk about what games we're playing currently. So why don't you start us off and tell us what you're currently playing?
Splatoon 2 right now, as everyone should who has a Switch. It is pretty fun. You know, I was going to test out the voice chat feature with a friend of mine, but he fell asleep on me, so he kind of left me hanging.
I'm sorry.
Ain't gonna say no names. I said I wasn't going to say any names, Tyler.
No. I'll own up to that, Odell. Before we were supposed to record this, we were going to try out the Nintendo Switch voice app thing, and we had a time. Like, you ready to go? Yes.
Oh, jeez. Just do what everybody else is doing and use either the PlayStation chat or the Xbox chat while you're playing your Switch.
I'm not. Damn good idea. But outside that, I'm playing Crash Bandicoot. I'm trying to 100% all the games, so that's going
nice.
damn right horrible.
I hear they're really hard. Do we just not remember how hard they were, or is this just a new thing?
First one's hard, but they tweaked the jump system, and Vicarious Vision swears they did it for the better. I'm not entirely sure if that's true, but yes, it's definitely harder than we remember.
Sweet. Okay.
But I'm still trying to 100% all of them. 78% through the first one.
Nice.
But part 2 and part 3 are progressively easier than the first one.
Okay.
Apparently, they actually had to be that if you darn it, I lost my train of thought. No. Vicarious Vision said they changed the hitbox around Crash Bandicoot, and because of that little subtle change to the hitbox, the platforming's a little trickier. So it's leading to some salt, some delicious salt.
Through the second boss, I wasted about 30 lives before I beat him. Not because he was hard, but because I kept jumping into the water, and that's an instant death. So within like 30 seconds, each time I'm fighting him, it was just me killing myself by jumping in 2 inches of water. Because Crash can't swim, apparently. And, like, he literally hits the bottom and does his death animation.
So he's secretly Ellie from The Last of Us.
Because 90s mascot platformer. That's really all you need to know.
I mean, Mario could swim.
Yes. But now look at Sonic the Hedgehog. Now look what happened to him.
So he drowns.
Yes. So
Perfect. Sorry, I was on mute.
Like that.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So you went over the games
Everybody's
that you're
slipping
playing.
today.
Awesome. Who's next? Let's see. Let's go with Steph. What are you playing right now?
I can take a guess.
Yeah.
I know what she's playing.
Take a guess. No.
You're playing Dead Cells.
No.
Darn it. Dota 2.
No.
I don't hate myself that much.
Heroes of the Storm.
No, I was gonna try to play that just for the Diva skin, but they let me buy the Diva skin, so I'm good.
That solved that problem.
They let you buy the Diva skin. How very generous of Blizzard for them to give you
Well,
that.
they just made it so you could buy it with the coins that you get from the loot boxes. So it's just like, fuck yeah.
I'm still a little salty of that. I literally had maybe 50 coins short of buying that Super Sentai Genji skin for the anniversary, and went down. I need a Common Rider Genji, dang it.
Did they take that down?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
Anyways.
I'm mostly playing League right now because my PlayStation network is being a little funky, mainly because of my internet. I was going to start Prey today because I did buy it. But again, it's just mostly League right now because I'm trying to, again, just boost myself up. And even though the community's still salty, but I'm not letting it tilt me. I'm just like, whatever, I'm dicking around. But I'm just playing League as usual. You guys should check me out. There's a lot of
if you're having fun, I mean that's the whole thing. As long as you're having fun.
Yeah, it's literally you can't be a try. I mean, you could if you're like ranked. I get it. But
I could say if you're not having fun, what's the point? But considering what's been happening in my pile of shame streams these
League of
couple
Legends?
of Fridays.
F is for friends who do stuff together. U is for you and me.
Love it.
N is for anytime and anywhere and all down here in the deep blue sea.
Oh my
Fun,
God.
everybody.
This is great.
I am so
Yeah.
glad I am part of this show now.
all right, Tyler, what you playing?
Well, aside from my pile of shame continuation of Nier Automata on PS4 on my Twitch channel, it's becoming really, really depressing, honestly. I've actually been playing a Splatoon 2 as well, and nibbling here and there on the master mode of Zelda Breath of the Wild, or as I like to call it, the torture simulator.
Hey Tyler, guess what I got in my hands right now? Bayonetta.
Oh, okay. I started getting worried for a second. I was like,
I was about to say,
should I
is
mute
that
the
a trick
stream?
question? Is that a trick question?
No,
But,
I got Bayonetta, by the way.
I actually have a Bayonetta on the way, courtesy of Best Buy, and I've managed to find myself a Cloud amiibo. So I'm.
Oh yeah, I got Cloud too. He's delicious.
You know who never bought into the amiibo hype? This guy right here. The only amiibos I have are the ones that came free with the games.
Congratulations,
I do
buddy.
I got Bayonetta for my friend, but I just like torturing Tyler. I have the Shovel Knight one only.
I have a Shovel Knight as well. I got
Shovel
a
Knight.
few.
The yard. I know this is like actually this kind of goes right into our topic for today.
Well, a bit of a brief addendum. I actually really haven't played too much of everything I mentioned. I've mostly been kind of turning myself off recently because gamer. I am playing Splatoon 2 for review for TheGameFanatics.com, but I've mostly been reading, honestly. Like I'm actually finally typing into a paperback of Stephen King's
Wait.
You're reading?
You know how to read?
You know, I would make fun of you guys about the amiibos, but I think we spent probably like $150 to $200 on all the Lego Dimensions crap. Great game though. I loved it.
Actually, the Yarn Yoshi amiibos are really cool because they're actually knitted. They're real sweet and they're legit adorable. But
I do like those Yoshi ones. Those are cute. But as I said,
I'm not gonna lie. The Yarn Yoshi amiibos broke me. They broke me. I got all 3 colors.
Ah!
Me too. I want to get the giant one just cause, but I just loved how unique those ones are. But the cool thing about
I want to bring a bit of cross media, I guess, inspiration because I just finished The Cinder Spires by Jim Butcher, the first book, The Aeronauts Windlass, and I'm finally checking into Stephen King's It because the remake's coming out, and I was curious about it. So yeah, I'm kind of trying myself a bit of a fantasy horror kick on the side, so I don't get burnt out a little too much on how salty I'm getting with my people in Splatoon 2.
Oh, all right. All right. So, shall we talk about is Nintendo back on top?
Wait, I didn't get to talk about what I'm playing.
Well,
You guys
Joel,
always forget about me. I'm so tired.
Joel, what are you
I'm
playing?
I'm quitting. Just kidding.
You're a piece of shit.
You're gonna
What are you
say
playing,
that when
Joel?
I talk about what I'm playing.
It's gonna be GTA 5, isn't it?
Oh shit, I forgot to add that on here. No. Well yeah, GTA Online I just started back on. And this was just like within the last 24 hours. But I've been playing Marvel Heroes Omega. I've been playing Final Fantasy 14 Online.
Okay.
Stormblood expansion.
Nope, I'm still on Heaven's Word. I'm only like level 19, so I'm not very far. But I've owned it for like 2 years. I just haven't gotten past that point. I'm playing motherfucking WoW.
So we
The fuck out.
officially dropped any
Expansion?
pretense of being professional. We're just gonna be dropping F sharps left and right.
Dude, this game is so good though. It's like junk food. I just can't help myself.
I've heard at least 6 or 7 F sharps already, and now all sting of it's been dropped.
Did you squish the frogs?
I squish whatever's around me. I hit anything. Okay, but that's yeah. I mean, and so I.
Sounds like most men in my life. Go on.
Well, what's sad is I'm probably gonna drop all these games now to just play GTA because I had so much fun last night playing it that
I saw.
I just want to get back in.
You into the GTA thing, or you just got back into it?
So I played online a while ago, and I was like, oh man, this isn't fun without anybody. Because really, it isn't. It's hard to really get into anything, and it takes a while to find like games and. Go for it.
It's a lot better than the torture I'm putting myself through with trying to play through chronologically the Kingdom Hearts games.
Hey, we're not bringing that Kingdom Hearts hate right now. Go leave that. Leave that in the pre-show.
We will have one quick little group discussion about Kingdom Hearts in a minute here, but yeah,
we'll get
if
through it later.
anybody on PS4 wants to play GTA Online with me, hit me up, please, because I joined a motorcycle club. I'm doing like missions, but I need more people. I need more people I know to play with me. So let me know. PSN Voices Carry 7. Joel is desperate. Hashtag. All right. So before we move on to Nintendo, let's do the Kingdom Hearts thing. I am excited for Kingdom Hearts 3. I don't care about any Kingdom Hearts besides 1, 2, and Birth by Sleep. That is my opinion.
All right, before we go on, I need to say this. Anyone who works for Square Enix, or excuse me, Square now, anyone out there, if y'all release Kingdom Hearts 2.9, I'm flying to Japan. Open palm slapping everybody.
No!
Everybody.
Oh my gosh.
Man,
I swear to you,
pimp slapping
not
your ass.
It's funny you said that because I think I had a similar sort of like pseudo meltdown with Twitter because I was playing through Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories in 358 over 2 days.
Why?
And I said, because chronologically it's in between 1 and 2, and I got to understand every little detail of how complicated and beautiful and deep the story is,
Wikipedia.
bro.
This is how you know it doesn't make sense. If you try to chronologically put the titles in order, because of the way they use the titles and add numbers, like 358 over 2 days, like
Dream drop this. I am aware of how bad it is, but
Microsoft Word would redline that shit like crazy.
Oh my god, I hate when that happens. But here's what got me kind of angry. It's like when I got done with Kingdom Hearts 358, or as I like to call it, Kingdom Hearts the ice cream monologues, it got to the point where I'm like, that's it. If I die from all this nonsense, somebody mail my skull to Tetsuya Nomura's house just to show him what he has done.
Oh my god, that'd be awesome.
And what
Send me
even
this
weird-
fucking ad!
What made even weirder though is that my co-partner in crime, Michael Mosley, is like, I'm not doing that for you. It's like I'll throw that skull in the wood chipper. Then when that Mystica beat, I'm like, then use the bone meal to go to his house and paint a dick butt on his sidewalk or something. I need a form to express the level of you need an editor to this guy.
Oh my gosh.
Wikipedia. So point is, you ignored everyone's advice. You play Kingdom Hearts 1, Chain of Memories,
I tried
Kingdom Hearts
Chain of
2,
Memories.
Birth by Sleep.
I
That's the
tried.
only 4 you need to play.
I wish I was kidding. I tried Chain of Memories and stopped. Like 1 hour in, I'm like, no.
To be fair, I mean,
It's probably the least
intro
playable of all
video
of
to
them.
Kingdom Hearts 2 is Chain of Memories. When I figured that out, it blew my mind. Literally, that 15-minute intro is just Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories.
Dear
That's
God,
a
like I
song.
said, for me, like Chain of Memories, bam, like screw it. Looking at the Wikipedia page, Well, that was mostly filler. Then I moved on, but
Perfect.
I'm now in Kingdom Hearts 2, and I'm like, okay, this is okay. Still don't know why the heck Rox is in the freaking Matrix, but I guess I'll find out later. But that's a story for another time.
Wait, hold on. Let me break this down for you.
No.
Do it.
We're gonna be here all night if you try to explain that.
No. This is a simple explanation of why it's beautiful. Oh, you truly don't exist. You're robbed of your memories, put in a fake reality made to believe you have a family and loved ones. And then slowly it's revealed that everyone's been toying with you since your existence. And you're just a shell of someone who should exist. And this is all broken down.
I'm aware of what a nobody is, Del, please.
You know why it's beautiful. Why it is beautiful.
I am aware of the concept of a philosophy zombie and the unification and the metaphor for being the idea of a soul. I'm very much aware of the philosophical ramifications, psychological implications, and mythological and
your summer vacation is over.
I know all this.
Your summer vacation is over.
All that well.
You do not exist no more. We're done.
I don't like
Nintendo. Main topic time, people.
Are you guys still there? All right. Let's head on over to the topic of the show.
I'm scared.
Today, we're going to be talking about, is Nintendo back on top?
Oh, can I say it in my announcer little sexual voice?
You cannot. You do that on your stream, damn it.
It is a family show. I just think all women sound sexual when announcing.
A family show with a bunch of F sharps in it because we are.
There's no moaning or anything like that. I promise.
Do it. Let's hear it.
Sorry, Mama.
Is Nintendo back on top? Here today, Joe will explain his answer.
Nice.
All right.
Fuck you.
So it doesn't have to be like a statement, right? Like we can discuss that they're definitely doing a lot better than they were with the Wii U, right?
I'll be that guy and just make it a blanket statement to make you feel any better.
They've got an actual shortage of Switches going on because they're battling with Apple, I guess, for components.
It's actually apparently it's like outselling the Wii in multiple regions.
Oh, it'll definitely outsell. They're I feel like they're constantly creating like a fake demand or supply issue, but it seems to be real right now. They just came out with Splatoon 2, and sorry, I got to get my footage going for the background. And guys, if you're watching the stream, that's Dell's video in the background. Go check it out at TheGameFanatics YouTube channel. Rabbids plus or Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom battle looks really cool. They've got all these cool things coming.
Cute. Sorry.
They've got so much going for them. Nintendo's got, I mean, to me, they've got like the firepower right now. They're in control. They've got all these things coming to the market that are gonna just keep them in the mix. Even with all these titles coming out in the fall for like the bigger consoles, they're still gonna be, they've got Mario, they've got this Rabbids game. What else is coming out? Pokken Tournament,
Odyssey.
I think. Odyssey.
Pokken Tournament Deluxe.
I mean, so, and you guys probably know more about this than I do.
Rocket League. Yep.
This is what I like. This is a good mix of people because I know nothing about really the Nintendo community and environment because I haven't had a Nintendo for a long time. Where you guys do, you guys have a Wii U. I know I ain't got one of them Nintendo arcade machines, but you guys do. You guys are in the Nintendo community. You guys are in the now.
I was raised in Nintendo.
So I wanna hear what you guys think. And you guys take turns talking or chime in whenever. I want to hear your guys' side and why you think Nintendo's on top or why you think they're not on top.
I do want to hear Odell's take on things. You are our new guy.
Oh, yeah, cool.
He also did the video master right here, so.
Yep.
Hey, you do got your video playing in the background. Go for it, man.
Oh, all right. So this is why I think Nintendo's in the best spot they've been in maybe in the past decade. So a lot of third-party games are coming that are already out on past systems. Maybe not on the same day, but they're going to be there. So that's a great sign. They needed it. So it makes me hopeful for the future that the third-party support is going to be there. Because, I mean, the first party this year alone is killing it. You got ARMS. You got Breath of the Wild. You got Odyssey coming out. You got Mario plus Rabbids coming out. You have Splatoon 2. And all these games have been critically received, even like their indie stuff. has been good. The Shovel Knights.
Yep.
You got Snipper Clips, which wasn't an indie game, but hey, everyone loved it.
I did enjoy Snipper Clips.
In the pipeline coming out, like we know we're finally getting the Metroid. That's exciting. We're getting a main Pokemon title on the Switch. My God, like my heart stopped. So we have stuff that's coming out this year. We have stuff in the pipeline. So unlike the Wii U, it was kind of like, here's your one game for the year.
Yep.
We got games now, games later, and then games that we could see in the near future, and then the quite far away, like into 2018. And if they can get the third-party support going and still running, then I mean, ooh.
I am glad you brought that up, Dell, because a lot of people I know that have been kind of hammering Nintendo for a while, the more vocal, the critics have said the Switch's lineup isn't all that good. Then I said the Switch is having more high-profile titles launched in the single year of its launch than the Wii U has had in its 5 years of existing. This is Nintendo firing on all cylinders when it comes to their first-party releases. Even if some of that stuff is basically remasters and touch-ups of their old stuff, it's still fantastic, and the hardware's got one heck of a killer selling point.
Yeah, because a thing I find interesting, Mario Kart 8 is like killing sales on the Switch than it ever did on the Wii U.
Yep.
And so that lets me know that the Switch is a more attractive console because the same game didn't sell on the Wii U.
I think mainly that's
the same game on the Switch.
That's because they had the DLC already included, and there's just
more
co-op. There was more more people like, because I play Mario Kart by myself a lot, but most of the time you're going to be playing with other people. There's more co-op stuff to do, like the Cops and Robbers game and all that stuff. That's what people are really liking, to me. I think that's what was the selling point with Mario Kart 8.
Definitely. And I actually kind of got into a bit of an argument with somebody because people were mad at me, like, oh, Pokken Tournament Deluxe, oh, you're just enabling Nintendo for double dipping. And I'm like, I'm just glad they are finally releasing the DLC Carrot Fighters along with Decidueye. And I'm a junkie for like novel or interesting fighting games, and having that on the go and being able to just snap off that Joy-Con, have a round with some guy. I'm perfectly fine with that. Like this doesn't feel as cynical, I guess you could say, as some of the other remasters that have been coming out, and I'm fine with that. But
I was just gonna say I agree with you on those remasters because Mario Kart 8, I bought it. I kind of regretted it at first. I'm like, why am I buying the same game twice? But it does, believe it or not, people look better.
Oh yeah, it's
and
especially it's a new system, so hopefully it should look better.
It actually blows my mind whenever I looked at it, because I looked at the file size of the digital copy of the Wii U version. Then I look at the digital copy of the Switch, and it's got more content, more characters, more tracks, and yet somehow the file size is smaller.
And the little tweaks really matter, like the purple boost, the 2 item boxes. They make a big difference.
And the additional accessibility with the smart steering and the auto accelerate, that's great for little kids. Like my cousin's little girl loves Mario Kart, but sometimes she forgets to hold down the little button and doesn't know how to steer half the time. I'm like, this is perfect for her, and that is great.
I do want to say something about Nintendo. Nintendo started off, again, we were kids when it came. I still have my NES, as I've said a billion times. I just love the fact that I have it. Sorry. But lately, like with the Wii and the Wii U, they were kind of leaning towards more our age, and maybe like a little younger. Especially the Wii was more, again, getting kids to go more outside. It was that whole debacle, which they did do well with, but when the Wii U came out, they're just like, oh, we know people their age are playing it, so that's why they had Assassin's Creed, and when that first came out, and they didn't really have any good starter games, so that takes a lot.
It was really weird because like the only thing that had closely resembling mascots of was that Nintendo Land thing, and that was just what? I
did like Nintendo Land.
That Luigi's Mansion game was the truth.
That was like God, but what got me, I'm just like, wow, the Switch, why is it so small? It's like hard for me to hold it. Then it clicked to me, wait, Nintendo was made for kids originally, and that's what they're getting back to is their main thing. Yeah, people our age are still going to get it. That's why they have little remakes, but they're trying to get people our age to realize, oh, this is the new Mario. This is it. And that kind of hit me, be just like, I'm so stupid. It's not about us anymore. It is still about the kids, and we do have to realize that. Like, I don't have a Switch. I don't plan on getting a Switch just because it's not bad. It looks great, but I just don't want to buy another console, and I still like my Wii U. My friend is going to buy it. I'm going to buy Odyssey for his console so I can play it, you know. But
I do like that you brought that up, because I know way too many people who keep saying Nintendo should pander to us. Nintendo should make stuff for us. Nintendo, you're not actively making stuff directly for us. Therefore, you are dying. You are failing. You are not part of this industry anymore. Get with the times. And I hate that kind of angry entitlement that comes from a lot of people.
We have to stop being so entitled, stop being so selfish, and realize that
Nintendo makes games for everybody. It isn't just for their established user base. It isn't just for, I
want my niece to fall in love with the games like I did when I was her age.
Well, we gotta remember too, they took a big risk with the Wii, and Wii's one of the best-selling consoles of all time.
But yeah, the Wii U did horrible.
I think because the messaging was really weird about
the marketing was pretty terrible.
It was pretty terrible, and the games that first came out were bad, which is why I'm glad they fixed that and be just like, hey, we're coming out with games super fast, because with the Wii U, we have Zombie U. It was kind of like
strong, very strong, recognizable, entertaining stuff. Not to mention, continuing back on why I think I do agree in parts with what Del's been saying, is they've also been taking risks with new IP. To a certain extent, like Splatoon, that came out on the Wii U, was arguably the killer app for that console, because I saw people playing that up until the release of the Switch. Like that had a very good, simple, unique gameplay mechanic, and yet was very well handled with its concept. And then we got Splatoon 2 on the Switch, and first impressions are it's a great follow-up, and I'm seeing a much more passionate outpouring from people and the player base because of the much larger install base the Switch has, and people are finally, enjoying the inky, squiddy, kitty goodness.
Yeah, people are all over Splatoon 2 right now. It's pretty cool to see.
No, I would have to say about Splatoon, when it first came out, I'm just like, oh man, this game isn't going to go far. It kind of looks like little kiddish. And then it blew up. Like my friend Josh, he is obsessed with it. Now, do we still feel burned by the Wii U? I guess kind of we do. And that's why I think people were trying to find redemption with the Switch. And I feel like Nintendo did. But the main thing about Nintendo, about all their systems, they still are kind of behind technology-wise. Like, why play a game on this when you could play on Xbox, where they got better graphics card, better all that.
Having the highest resolution and all teraflops,
why are they
gigabits
still
and whatever,
when they can afford to have the high resolution? Me, at first, I had this argument with my friend Trevor, where I'm just like, oh, it's about the nostalgia thing. But then now working with all these games, that you can still be nostalgic and having the best graphics. They can edit it with that.
Well, and you brought. I got 2 points to make here on these things.
Sorry.
So back to when y'all said that Nintendo's pandering to the younger generation, I don't believe that. So it's just like they've stated many times. Nintendo has a philosophy, and they make games that withholds up that philosophy. Because some of the hardest games I played were still on Nintendo, like Donkey Kong, Country Returns, and Tropical Freeze. I would love to see a little kid blast through that, because I almost lost my religion playing that. Like, my God.
I got blisters on my thumbs trying to finish the Country Returns, the 3DS version, the easier version of that thing.
So, trying to cater to anyone. They're trying to cater to themselves. Like, they want to stay true to their philosophy. And like you said, they create games for everybody, but I don't think they go, oh, we're keeping kids in mind, or oh, we're keeping our original, adult audience in mind. They keep in the spirit of Nintendo in mind, and that's what they always do. And they hope to cast their net wide to hit everyone. And before you go, and then on the other point to the, I honestly think they just don't care.
I think they know that they can't. When it comes to Call of Duty, and Battlefield, I think they know they don't want to compete with those guys. So I don't think they're too worried about having the powerhouse. No, but even graphically, because their games are always polished as hell, and they look amazing. Like even Splatoon 2 right now, like I'm looking at it, and like this game looks awesome. And I get they don't have like the highest, graphical.
I think it's more of the problem of the community, and the community maybe a little too enamored with the tech side of things, which unfortunately has been normalized by a lot of the competitors, Microsoft, Sony specifically, because people for some reason focus a lot more now on how much graphical fidelity we can bring up, because there's still that kind of nascent Hollywood envy, realism envy that's still going on, and Nintendo easily gets marked as the company that still makes dopey, funny little kiddie games for babies, and that's a bad stigma that keeps getting thrown at them. And I think that is an issue, because I brought this up multiple times, but for the most part, the majority of people who play video games, they mostly want good, crisp visuals and inventive or creative or whoa visuals a bit more than gameplay. And that's what I find. I know that sounds very defeatist, but it's a philosophy that I'm glad Nintendo holds to, rather than listening to the conventional wisdom, which is why I do find it very fascinating how they do some of their designs. Like you mentioned yourself, people want more high-end, high graphical hardware, and instead Nintendo has been going in a very different direction with it. Like they seem to always find a way to see where is gaming going, where is the culture going, how can we, kind of guess at where things are going and kind of plan ahead. Like mobile gaming, streaming, cloud gaming, that's becoming a bit of a thing. And Nintendo kind of had the idea, wait a minute, what if you can take your console experience, take it with you? And I get a feeling that was basically the concept behind the Switch, which I think was a half measure the Wii U was trying to do but couldn't exactly dislodge itself from the Wii motion control stuff. And then
I think we can all admit Wii U was an experiment. It was an experiment. It cost us $250. We were all prototype testers.
Yeah.
I kind of want a Wii U.
Now.
Yeah, like I want a Wii U. I just don't want. I don't want that price tag. Like
I still have mine, and I still hold on to the discs of the games I've played on them, and I still love what I played.
I hated it when it first came out, to be honest. But
the game really hurt me. It just hurt.
Well,
me,
like I would love a Wii U for like the what is it, Super Mario 3D World.
3D World, Mario Maker.
Yeah, there's like a ton of games I haven't played that I like. Those are some of the main reasons why I want a Wii U, is for that. Because they look like cool games, and I missed out on them. I haven't played them. But that price tag on that Wii U, I'm not getting anytime soon. I'd rather put my money on a Switch than to spend $300 on the Wii U when it's like dying out. Like you put it down to 150, maybe 200, closer to like a PS3, something like that. Like then you're winning me over. Because I could almost get another PS4 for the price that I'm paying for a Wii U.
Exactly.
So like I think their price point on that needs to go down if they want to at least sell a few more of those, because I think they're totally worth buying, even if it's not the Switch yet, right? Switch still has some time before it has that library that's gonna make it worth it for most people.
You're at a good cushion area to still like, hey, I'll still want to buy the Wii U. It's not like totally obsolete yet. You're at
honestly,
good.
Sorry.
No, go on.
I mean, at this point, you probably want to go for a Switch instead. I mean, that's most likely what I would
depending on the
do.
games, just because there's no reverse capability type of thing. If you want those games, you can still do both. But...
Which is the thing I do have a bit of a problem with when it comes to Nintendo. Like I'm kind of holding off on my enthusiasm. I know that I'm trying to be contrarian for the sake of it, but I have to really address a few things. Like I do enjoy how Nintendo has evolved, mostly because I think the Wii U was kind of a necessary failure for them to wake up and realize they messed up. Because if you notice, as you mentioned before, the first year of the Wii U was kind of bad, and then they kind of realized, wait a minute, we can't play it safe anymore. We have to stretch out and do some different stuff. And they did try that with a lot of experimental stuff, like Super Mario Maker. We mentioned Splatoon. We mentioned to a much lesser extent Star Fox Zero. I know there are fans. I don't care. And for me, and also the Wonderful 101, which for me was probably the most underappreciated game in the Wii U's library. And I'm not saying that because I'm a big fan of Tokusatsu and Platinum Games, although it does help. And they took all of this interesting stuff and tried desperately to make their quality of their software sing with the Wii U. And now with the Switch, it's like, okay, we have ourselves a fresh start. We have to hit the ground running. We've got to make up for lost ground. And then, boom. And I think that's what helped galvanize them into releasing much more quality content for the Nintendo Switch.
No, but because of that, I'm actually scared because I feel like it's too much good quality. I feel like 2018 is going to be a very
There's too many good games. How terrible.
Because I feel 2018 also has to be a strong year for the Switch because one of my greatest fears is 2018 is going to come. We're going to get like one or two games. The third-party support that I'm hoping to be there will go ghost, and then we're in like this desert of a year, and nothing's happening.
That's what I'm worried about as well. Like, you're
gonna have the Xbox One X, and then whatever PlayStation's planning.
Yeah.
E3, they got something up their sleeve. But anyway, I'm scared all this awesomeness is gonna come, and then Nintendo's just gonna be sitting there like, well, we gave you everything you've been complaining about.
Nintendo's always been a long haul developer, though. They have always kept to it. Like they're probably going to be one of the most longest keeping studios or developers in this industry. The way they keep chugging along. But you do bring up a good point, though, Del. Like, third-party support is what helps bring more people onto a machine, and people have already vocalized that due to the more portable nature of the machine, there's enough processing power to allow for the ease of development of much more complex games. Like Skyrim is coming to the Switch, and we still have not confirmed whether or not it will be the enhanced special edition on the PS4 and Xbox One, or it'll be some sort of half measure in between version of the regular game. We still have yet to hear any more concrete stuff from third party support involving basically any of the more big major hitters. I mean, we did hear that the new WWE is coming to the Switch. Okay, and it's mostly paltry, and that does not exactly instill confidence. It goes back to the problem that's been plaguing Nintendo ever since the N64. It is, you get the Nintendo machine to play Nintendo games. If you want to play anything else, you go anywhere else. And if that is not parlayed or at least handled, and they don't get any more interesting studios, more interesting developed games on it, it may not exactly have as much longevity as the other consoles. Like you mentioned, we're already getting upgrades to the Xbox One and PS4 because of that strong ease of development.
But I feel like developers should jump on it because I don't know if anyone's played Snake Pass, but it's running on Unreal Engine 4. And it runs Unreal Engine 4 on the Switch in handheld mode. I mean...
Yep. Snake Pass was like cool.
I don't know what you could work with, but it amazed me because I played Snake Pass on my Switch, and I was like, mode. Like, I thought it was going to look like trash because I played it on PS4 first. I was like, the Switch is not going to hold up.
Yeah.
But it holds up even in handheld mode, so I'm like, it's possible. You can do this.
If the developer has enough reason to do it, and the Switch is selling like hotcakes, so I don't see any. If you knuckle down and actually figure out how to code it, which I know costs much more development dollars, you can make some good stuff. Like I know Digital Foundry actually did like a side-by-side optimization comparison of Lego City Undercover on the Switch and the PS4, and they found the Switch version runs a little bit better than the PS4 version of that game. So it can be done. It's just a matter of, do they have the time, the patience, and the budget to handle that and deal with the quirks?
Well, I mean, the big studios, of course they do. I mean, they get all the money they need.
What do you believe is the importance for Nintendo even doing these like third-party games? Like, why isn't it important for Skyrim to be on the Switch?
Because then I can play Switch. Because I can play Skyrim anywhere I go, even when I'm on the toilet, Steph.
Well, I mean, to compete, you need third-party support.
On the toilet, Del.
Oh, yes, you can.
I think they just need to be careful with what they're bringing third-party wise. I think there's some games that would be great for third-party, support, but there's some games that really don't need to be on there. Like, I don't think Skyrim needs to be on
exactly.
Switch.
I don't think Skyrim does.
Skyrim needs to be put down.
Thank you. It's Skyrim's great.
But we have to port Skyrim to smartphones. And smart
Resident Evil 4 was a Nintendo exclusive, and so was Conker's Bad Fur Day. I mean,
I get like, this is like the same person. Like, again, it's great. You want to keep playing it. That's fine. This is the same bitch who plays BioShock, and that came out in 2007. And again, they remastered that. The remastered of that actually was a remaster. They fixed it up as opposed to it just
keep going,
copy and pasting onto that. But I'm not sure if Skyrim. I feel like that turned a lot of people off, being just like, we're gonna have third-party stuff. Oh, cool! So they're gonna have newer stuff like Skyrim. Really, you're gonna hop on that boat? I know
I get a feeling it's the same reason why they put Arkham City on the Wii U to say, hey, look, this thing can handle.
The fact it can handle that's fine, but I think they know that Skyrim is popular, and that's why they put it on there. Third game parties, that's fine, but Skyrim, I feel like that's like a cheap, it's like a cheap way of like getting people, trying to get people on. I don't know. That's
hello there, fellow children. Do you like the Skyrims? We has the Skyrims.
I don't know. It's like Grandma just found out how like, oh, I'm going to give my grandson Skyrim. Yeah, I love it, but this was a bit ago. It just. That's why people are like, oh, maybe Nintendo is like that grandparent who just, quote unquote, needs to go with the times. They have all this new technology, but yet they're revisiting third parties from games from before.
And yet, I'll tell you right now, they remastered the Bayonetta games on the Switch. I will buy it day one.
I believe they are.
That's probably why they have the new Bayonetta. It probably was like a tease, to be honest.
Oh my gosh!
Third party that Nintendo's doing, that no one else is really gonna do, and I think Mario plus Rabbids is a sneak peek of what's to come. They were gonna get a lot of third party unique games to the Switch.
That game looks great. At first, when I heard about it, I'm like, "Oh, this sounds stupid." I saw it, and it was amazing.
Absolutely. Nintendo's usually very
tight, and it was amazing
stuff. Nintendo's very tight-lipped with working with other studios. Like they're kind of very reticent with that. And then we're seeing the freaking Rayman mascots fooling around with Mario. I'm like, what? Holy crap!
Oh, and they're bringing Rayman Legends, like the.
Yep, they're also doing a remaster.
Yeah, which are great. I love those games. Those are awesome.
I did play Rayman Legends on Wii U, and I did love it. It
was good.
I'm not exactly sure I would double dip for it on the Switch though.
That's not a double dip. Wait. Can we talk about how Sonic Mania is going to be on the Switch?
Because I don't want to talk about Sonic.
Sonic Mania, yes.
Sonic Mania, not Forces. We're talking Mania. We're cool. We're cool.
If there's another Sonic Boom bullshit, I will personally fly to Japan and throw some hands.
Oh, jeez, you guys might as well get 2 round trip tickets.
Listen, all right, I'll go hit up Square.
Let's go.
You go hit up Sega. We'll do it. We'll make it happen.
No, this.
Be sure to deliver my crushed skull to Tetsuya Nomura while you're at it.
I feel the same way. Like I was not looking forward to another Sonic, but looking at Sonic Mania and kind of seeing what they're going to be bringing.
It's basically an official fan game.
Yeah, it's made by fans, which is awesome.
It's basically an official fan game.
The sequel to Sonic and Knuckles.
Yeah.
I've seen the amazing animated trailer to that game. It brought a tear to my eye. I watch it daily. It is damn good.
I was raised Nintendo. My cousin was raised Sega, and even then I'm like, nice to see you back, Sonic. Nice to see you rocking the old school.
I don't know. I just feel like they need to get out of the whole Sonic is
he's cool. He's cool. He's got attitude.
Go fast.
Chili
dogs. He's got an attitude.
That's what
what is happening?
Be fast, and they try to like scrap it. But Sonic Boom, the problem with Nintendo and why Nintendo is a bad thing is I'm not sure if this is Nintendo or Sega's still in control of it. Whatever it was.
Sega still has control of Sonic.
They pushed Sonic Boom so fast so far. If you go frame by frame, it legit is not finished.
Yeah, we don't really talk about Sonic Boom anymore.
You know what? I got it. Sonic needs to go underground.
The thing is, we needed like ET.
We're not doing a game adaptation of Sonic Underground.
It's not underground.
But you like that? It's
no. Okay. So all the ET games are out of the ground now. They're being sold. Because there's a hole there, we just take all the Sonic Boom games, we put it back in the hole, problem solved. But I just think they need to like readapt. I mean, the look of them, how they had it, was fine.
What we're talking about Nintendo for a minute?
Wait, are we really saying Sonic Boom was bad? Because I feel like we're not getting Sonic 06 enough hate.
Oh no, Sonic 06.
I have enough hate in my heart for both of them.
Sonic Unleashed, anybody?
Have you? No.
The fastest creature alive and turn him into a werehog and then have 30-minute levels.
Del, as I said last week, GameCube, Sonic, done.
Yeah.
I do really like the mobile Sonic Run game. It's pretty fun.
All the mobile games, they're pretty chill. You're one of those, I could play this while I take a shit.
Back to the topic of Nintendo being on top. In terms of console sales, I think they're doing fantastically. In terms of third-party support, I think they could do a bit more. I'm a bit more concerned about how they're handling, basically trying to step into modernity with their mobile gaming and the more out there stuff they're doing, like the Nintendo theme park being added to Universal. Like on the one hand,
I'm excited for that.
On the one hand, kind of excited. On the other hand, I'm like, is good to be with Universal. I mean, they can barely get their stuff together for anything. I mean, whatever.
Universal did really well with Harry Potter, and they even expanded it. I went there personally when the Harry Potter thing was new too. Universal, it's great.
All right.
I guarantee you, Universal's gonna be making bank with Nintendo.
No, Universal does do it. I'm both a Disney and Universal fan. They do a great job in providing it as the fans would like it.
Fair enough.
So I'm not worried about that.
That Harry Potter ride is amazing. Like the ticket price alone is worth that ride.
I haven't gone since they made the train. I need to go. It's probably going to be.
I'm probably not going to be doing that anytime soon. But what I'm concerned about though is Nintendo trying to being a bit more than the guys that make those consoles you enjoy so much. It's the issue I'm finding is their mobile game division and them dipping their toe into that sort of stuff. Like I think
that's a good idea. Actually, I'm glad that they did that.
In concept, yes. In practice, I'm still a bit worried. Like Fire Emblem Heroes is doing fantastically. Pokemon Go is still shaky. I mean that Pokemon Go Fest that happened this prior week.
Like, can we really tie it into Nintendo?
They
licensed it to Niantic. I know it's technically a part of the Pokemon company, and they have more creative control than Nintendo, but it's still something that people equate with the company. Is my point.
Well, the biggest thing is they're tackling mobile.
But Super Mario Run didn't do all that good, and they were doing a different take on mobile game pricing with that.
I feel like does Nintendo really need the mobile division? I really feel like they should scrap it.
Yes.
I don't think they need it.
I think they need it.
It's still a profitable thing. It's still a very prevalent platform. They need that voice. They need that exposure.
I will say, if you were mentioning about Pokemon Go, is that there's people who are 40-something who are still playing it. I still play Pokemon Go because
so do I.
I just like it. It gets you to go, but when I get
up and jog, that's what I put on the background.
I even play that Mario Run.
Just to clarify, I'm not saying that Nintendo having mobile is a bad thing. It is definitely good. But I'm saying they can survive without it. That's all.
They can. I think the biggest problem is that they can't just half-ass it. I think if they're gonna do mobile, if they're gonna do console, they're gonna do the theme park thing. They need to take care of the main franchises they have, because really that's what's keeping them above water. Is these, the hope that they're coming to console, the hope that we're going to see them at Universal Studios, and the hope that we're going to get good mobile versions of these games like Mario Run. I think they could have done that a lot better. The
very fact
whole chat thing is a mess on Switch. There's just things that they did half-ass, and those are signs of Nintendo.
Well, that's the thing though, Joel. The very fact they even started for mobile was because they realized they couldn't just pander or appeal. I don't gotta say appeal. Pander sounds negative. They couldn't just appeal to their established fan base that they've accrued over their decades of being in the biz. It's the very fact they've even expanded past that shows they know they have to keep going, which is why I'm glad they're still doing the mobile stuff, but they really need to keep an eye on it. And from what I've seen, they have been smart with it for the most part.
Yeah.
It's a very tricky thing. I know they're doing a lot better than they were before. They're making a lot of smart decisions now. My issue is how long is it going to take before they make another creatively interesting but financially ruinsome thing? Because that's the difficult thing with Nintendo. Every other studio out there has an understanding of what they want to do. Microsoft, they have their audience, they have their market. Sony, they have their audience, they have their market, and they immediately just say make more of that but bigger, make more of that but better, make more of this but more whatever. Nintendo keeps trying to put a certain level of creative spin on it, and sometimes it works out, other times it doesn't. once again, Star Fox Zero on the one hand, Wonderful 101 on the other, Wii U on the one hand, Switch on the other. It's interesting to watch, but at the same time, it makes a lot of people makes a lot of financial projectors, analysts look very nervous.
Here's the thing about Nintendo. I'm just afraid of them spreading themselves too thin, which is why it's like, it's one of those guys, jack of all trades. It seems like they're half-assing every little thing.
Jack of all trades, but master of none is still better than a master of one, Steph.
Sometimes.
All right, let's go to wind it down, guys.
Scrap their mobile division and put all those resources into Nintendo Online features for the Switch, like voice chat and all the other stuff that they needed since like 8 years ago.
They need a fix completely, fix on the Switch thing instead of we'll do a little bit here, do a little bit there. Multitasking's great, but in this type of situation, the Switch just came out. That's kind of focused a little bit mostly on this and then on the other little stuff, because if people don't play a mobile game, you won't hurt as much as if people don't play the Switch.
Yeah, that's probably the most frustrating thing to me about Nintendo and their philosophy. I get that you want to do your thing, you made your lane, you're going to stay in that lane, but I'm not asking you to become, those graphical beasts or have the fastest processors. But at least have the basic things of the time, like basic voice chat, basic online functionality. It doesn't have to be like Xbox or PlayStation, but at least just have the bare minimum. We're not asking for a lot, Nintendo.
I am glad they did open up with Microsoft with that open platform cross-play thing. That was a very smart call by their part, letting their online be part of that experiment with Minecraft and Rocket League. That was a very smart call with that.
And that's also a good topic for another show that we'll go over.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Rocket League is good for that.
Absolutely. Like, as I said, they're doing a lot better, but I keep worrying about how much that is going to be maintained, how much that is going to hang on, because, as I said before, Nintendo, I still love them to death whenever they do something creative. Like, did anybody see Mario plus Rabbids coming, or it being anywhere near as good as people thought? No, not really.
Not at all.
People are very surprised.
Absolutely. Like I said, who knows what else will happen? And I'm also glad they back that original idea for Virtual Console in favor for a Netflix-style subscription service with retro games. If that works out well, I will gladly pay through the nose for that. That thing they're doing with their Nintendo Online thing, I will eat that up. But at the same time, you have stuff like, let's say, the questionable supply of the Super NES Classic that's coming out in September, which is making a lot of people very, very freaking nervous, myself included. Dell knows my frustration all the well with that. But
it's all good. Walmart canceled my order anyway, so F me.
They canceled your order. Oh shoot!
Yeah, didn't they start it too soon or something like that?
Some BS like that.
Yeah.
It's like that stupid South Park meme. It's like, oh hey, the NES Classic is available, and it's gone. Damn it!
But I will say about Nintendo, they did fix themselves with the Switch, and I am looking forward for what's to come with that. We can keep talking about the Switch stuff and what we hope to come, but. Are they on top and all that stuff? They're getting back on there. They were slowly losing it, but they were like a good person. They did find themselves. They fixed it, pandering, I guess, a little bit more to the younger kids. Because handheld was their main thing. They were like the kings of that. And the fact that they meshed handheld with console was a fantastic idea, and I love it.
Also, they had one hell of a killer app. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Still the one game I've given a complete hands down 10 out of 10 to at TheGameFanatics.com. Every other game I've played this year so far for review for our site had some problem with it. Like, this could be better, this could be better, this could be better. Breath of the Wild had me gripped start to finish. I'm even going back for seconds with a master mode run. Like, usually I crave that game that does that to me every single year. And I love it that it was Breath of the Wild.
Perfect. I will end the show on that statement. So that does it here for us, guys. Thank you once again for checking out the stream, watching the videos on YouTube. We've been seeing a lot of love. Thank you so much. If you're watching the video on YouTube, go into the comments. Let us know what you think. Give us your opinion on it. We'd love to kind of hear some feedback and also chat with you guys there. Please go over to TheGameFanatics.com, check out all of the articles and video content. Make sure you subscribe to the channels, follow all the streaming channels here on Mixer and on Twitch. And if you missed any other episodes, go on YouTube and check them out. And other than that, thanks a lot for being here to my guests.
Okay.
And yeah, I think we call it good. Go play some games.